All right. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into the first solo Sunday of the year. My name is Jose Bouquett. It's nice to see everyone in the chat as always, bright and early here, day after the Derby. I hope you guys are nursing. Well, I hope you guys aren't nursing hangovers, but I hope yesterday was a good time for you. I kind of got crushed in the horses yesterday, but it was fun to watch. Good time hanging out with the fellas. Baseball went okay. I went down a unit again yesterday. It was one of those days that was determined by the last play of the day. And my last play of the day was the under in the Diamondbacks game. And and the Padres scored all the runs by themselves. So that was very annoying. But it's nice to see everyone, as always. New day. I like doing solo Sundays every once in a while. It's kind of like a refresh. Talk to the chat. Kind of do this shit on my own sometimes and to get in here. We've had back-to-back losing days, so I feel like today is a good day for a solo Sunday. Excited about some plays on the card as always, and I'm excited to see what we have in store for everyone here. Gerald Jones in here saying best bet Oakland minus 130 yesterday. Yeah, that was a nice part about yesterday. Oakland, we bet Oakland money line. It cashes very easily. It was quite funny watching them score all those runs, but they're a good team so far this year, guys. So we might be on them again here. We'll talk about all that when we get there. I don't have any bets locked in. I did in the last 5 minutes look at the market here and start writing some down that I think I'm probably going to move on, but want to talk everything out with you guys also as well. Justin McAfee stacks play of the day. Braves team total over 4.5 there. Shout out to you, Justin. Hope you're doing well. And Justin, apparently someone's impersonating you on Twitter. So if you see that, it's funny. It's good. Justin, it's another step. When you start getting trolled, there's another step in your life there. So shout out to you, Justin. It's happened to all of us, I'm sure, once. So it's, we'll just report that shit and we'll get that shit out of there. So, Troy, if you send me that Twitter, I'll report it here as well. Ken Wood, Dan Kelly. Dan, it's nice to see you. I know you don't bet on baseball, but it's nice to see you in the chat here as well. I wish you luck. I wish you luck today with the Cavaliers. Admittedly, I would rather play the Cavaliers and the Magic in the playoffs for the Celtics because Cavaliers, I don't think are very good. But we don't have a center, so that's also an issue. But we'll see. Philly Eagle Flyer dropping his tide in the second inning bets here as well. Rocco in here. Yes, the Dodgers smashed yesterday, and I'm glad I stayed off the Braves on that big plus money there. Maybe one of these days I'll hit a run line on something, but no thanks, I guess. Kelly McInnes, nice to see you as well. Yeah, let's start the show. We have, obviously, you see the first game on the screen here. Ryan Feltner versus Bailey Falter. Always very interesting. And of course, we're going to be moving on this game, guys. I mean, this is very funny that I've been betting on the Rockies and Pirates quite frequently, but I think it's been a lot of fades of the Pirates, and we're going to keep doing it. And I think we're going to do it here again today. So let's start with, obviously Bailey Falter has been pitching really well. He came off it was 3 or 4 back-to-back, just great starts. And then he finally hit the wall against the Oakland A's last time out. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 5-1 loss. I think we faded him that day. I think he's just vulnerable, guys. And if you look at how Colorado hits lefties, you'll probably throw up a little bit. Full season especially. Let's see. Full season, Colorado against lefties, 26th, 78 weighted runs created plus. Horrific, obviously. But last 2 weeks, since the 21st till May 5th, today, there have been improved. Only 93 plate appearances, but 93 weighted runs created plus, so not bad. Just a little below average, I guess. But I'll trust him here. And why am I going to trust the Rockies here? It's a great question. We'll start with the market. 89% of the bets and 87% of the money on the Pittsburgh Pirates here, which I obviously think is insanity. I truthfully think the Rockies might even be better than the Pirates, but 89% of the money and 87% of the bets on the Pirates in this game. And guess what, guys? This is not one of those kind of like sweet spot areas. It opened up at minus 162 for Bailey Falter and the Pirates, and it has just gone down. Went to minus 154, down to minus 148, and minus 149 at some points for whatever reason. And just went back up, but just kept going down and down and down. Now minus 143 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. With all that money on them. I think the Rockies are live in this game. So I will be taking Rockies full game money line here to start my card. And we'll talk about the total right now. Let's see the total here. Excuse me. This started at 8. It was juiced minus 115 to the under for the 8. Now we are seeing 7.5 already as well. So let's check out where the money is on this game. 65% of the bets and 63% of the money on the over. So it looks like Feltner and Falter might have some good games here. I will be taking that Rockies money line, and I will be taking the full game under in Colorado, Pittsburgh as well. So let me do that as well here because I can luckily put these bets in pretty quickly. Plus 134 and minus 110 for the under there, and those 7.5 for the under there. There we go. Sorry, I have to write some of this down. And I just got some line changes in my face, actually. So I got minus 115 and plus 135. So there we go. All right. Beautiful. Wages are in. We can keep it moving. Doubled up in the first game. Rockies and the under there. And it's been a pretty good recipe, dog and under. It's kind of a classic thing. But we'll keep it going here. Nice to see everyone again. Dabby Cab, shout out to you. Good day yesterday for you, Dabby Cab. 2-1. Can't complain. Team totals, and both those team totals cashed very easily. So it was a nice day for you. Shout out to Barry Smith, a troll turned friend and fan. So it's nice to see you, Barry. And he likes that pick as well. And yeah, Barry, I guess I'm making you proud with the record here this year. So it's nice to see you in the chat, and it's nice to see you being nice. Let's go to Detroit, New York Yankees here in game 2. And I mean, I was with all you guys, I'm sure. I don't know about that. You're right. You're right. I went too far, Barry. We're not friends, I guess, but you're right. I mean, I was right there with everyone in here. We saw the lines here, and we see Nestor Cortez as a favorite against Tariq Skubal, one of our guys this year. It's going to be very interesting to see how he does here. Let's check out, first of all, obviously, how the Yankees have done the last 2 weeks against lefties. They are 23rd, 111 weighted plate appearances, 77 weighted runs created plus against them. So they've been struggling. Detroit, obviously, wow, actually, you know what? I'm not bad. I thought it would be a lot worse, but only 75 plate appearances, 132 weighted runs created plus against lefties in the last 2 weeks. So that's pretty solid. Full season, they're 20th, 95, and the Yankees are 17th with 97. But obviously, the struggles are there. I like the Tigers in this game, but I want to see if the market jives out here. We can talk about their last starts real quick. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run for Skubal against Kansas City. And Nasty Nestor, our friend here, 4 earned runs against the Baltimore Orioles. 7 innings, 3 earned runs against the Oakland A's. So it's pretty good. But you guys know frequently, Nasty Nestor has been one of my kind of most challenging things because I've had him as a fade all year. But he's on the Yankees, a team that I've wanted to back. So it's been a difficult mental toll for me. We're seeing a 6.5 total here. 6.5. Now I'd love to start with that market first, if you guys don't mind. Wow. So this is interesting. You guys now, Dabby Cab we saw me, and I should have taken that stake bet. Dabby Cab saw me cash that 3.5 first 5 under yesterday, and I was kind of kicking myself for not taking the full game under there too. But Jared Jones and Gomber dominated yesterday, which is awesome. Now today in this game, 82% of the bets and 77% of the money on the over in this game. And this game opened up from 7.5 juice to the under, now at 6.5. So you could really say it opened up at a 7, a juiced over to the 7, minus 118, and it's gone down at 6.5, even still. Let's check the weather in the Bronx, because I don't think the wind in New York, I don't think affects it too much. But if there's just no weather here, this is going to be a very interesting underplay for me. It's actually 9-9 mile winds blowing in. There might be some drizzle at the end of the game. But it's pretty weak, guys. Pretty weak. Okay. All right. Let me see what you guys have to say in the chat here. I'd love to see this because I'd be interested in the under. And then I'd like to check out the market for these money lines here. But I want to see what you guys say. Perky, nice to see you saying Cortez is a different pitcher at home. Very interesting. And Barry and Dabby Cab discourse in the at bat. Very interesting. That's funny. Troy, first 5 money line, first 5 10 Yankees team total under. Market signs off on Tigers. And Barry, it's nice to see we're friends. Love you too, buddy. We've come a long way here. Stephen Harrison wanted to give me a shout out. I made some major money yesterday, but one bet I give you credit for was betting Colorado Pittsburgh tie. Yeah, that's great. I did say it would be 0-0. Shout out to you, Steven. That's awesome right there. I love to see that. That's good cash right there. That's funny. I don't have those bets. I don't think I've not done the research to look on my local, and my local is pretty notoriously stingy when it comes to giving me like those kind of like exotic kind of bets. It's very like black and white with that guy. But it's an interesting bet, and I like that. So shout out to you there. Let's see here. So any thoughts on this game? I wish there was still under 7 out there in New York. Wu Rizis is in the Bronx, saying he's 10 minutes from the stadium, and it is drizzling. That's not ideal. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm looking up to see some weather as well. Yeah, I'm seeing kind of the same thing that Swish is saying as well, and I don't trust Swish all the time when it comes to their precipitation. That's why I looked at my phone there to see if there's something better. But okay, I think I'm going to be on a first 5 under here, and I want to now look at the market for the Tigers as well. But let's check out first 5 under, and I'm going to assume it's going to be pretty fucking costly here. First 5 under 3.5 at minus 125 here. The real question is, do I double up here and take the full game under 6.5? I think I am, actually. So doubling up there on the unders, first 5 in full game. I think that market move is ridiculous. Again, I'll mention it one more time mainly for my confidence sake, but anyone that didn't hear, we have 82% of the bets and 77% of the money on the over in this game, and this total has done nothing but go down. So, and if you're new to the show, that's probably my favorite angle to bet into this year, especially on totals, especially on unders, I guess I should continue to say. If they just keep making it more appealing to bet the over and they keep taking it down, I'll just jump in and bet the under. Now, am I worried that the line movement has gone down so much? A little. It hasn't screwed me too much this year, and this will be the lowest number I've taken. A full game under 6.5 is to be the lowest number I've taken this year. But we ride. All right. Both are in under 6.5, full game minus 105, under first 5 under 3.5 minus 125. Don't love laying the juice there, but that is what that is. Now I wanted to check out the money line here because maybe I'll be super invested in this game as well because Troy mentioned he likes Tigers first five here. And, I'd have to go back and forth between Tigers first five and full game, but I'd probably, I guess, lean first five with you here, Troy. 88% of the bets and 93% of the money on the Yankees. There better be a line movement in some form or fashion in this game. I'm going to refresh my odd sheet real quick. Open up at minus 130. Bet online now hanging a minus 128. So interesting. Bovada opened this at minus 130, now minus 133. At one point, it got up to minus 136 and got back down here. That's interesting. Now, I'm going to look at the first five movement in particular because obviously that's where I want to bet here. This opened up at minus 120 for the Yankees. Now minus 115 at Bet Online. Bovada hanging a minus 125 here, but it was opened up at minus 130 at one point. That's fucked. Bovada money lines are very fucking tough. I'll tell you that because it's minus 125, minus 105 for the Tigers there. You can get that if you wanted to bet the Yankees. You could bet minus 115 there, and they're still giving you a minus 105 at Bet Online there. So that's fucking tough. But yeah, I'm going to be on Tigers first five here as well. I think that's a little ridiculous, and I'll trust my guy Tariq Skubal against the New York Yankees here. So very invested in Tigers Yankees today. I am. So 3 bets for me. Tigers first five money line also in for me as well at minus 105 in there as well. All right. So I have to write all these bets down here as well so I can ring them off at the end of the show here very easily. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. Sorry we got bogged down in that game a little bit, but as you guys just saw, I made 3 bets in it, so very interested in it. All right, next, Toronto Blue Jays, Washington Nationals. My good friend, Alek Manoah, back in our lives here. Now, Alec is on my fade list. It's kind of funny they brought him up. He did have a really nice start in his last start against Paul Skeens, and everyone saw that, and maybe everyone's like, "Oh, he's back. I don't believe him. I don't believe it. So these are all of his minor league starts, and we can break him down and such. But 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and a home run. 12 Ks, 2 walks. That was the last start against Skeens. Before that, he went 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, 5 Ks, 4 walks. Before that, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and a home run, 5 Ks, no walks. His first AAA start, he went 3 1/3, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk there. Yeah, I don't believe it. I'll pay to have him prove to me that he's back here. So I'll need to see it. Let's see what the market says. I hope the market agrees with me at the very least. All right, Blue Jays Nationals here. 62% of the bets and 78% of the money on Alek Manoah. I mean, I've lost 2 unders in this series already, and I typically don't go back to a series after I've lost 2 bets. But oh my God. This opened up at minus 108 for Toronto. This is now a flip. This is now minus 109 for the Nationals. What is my local hole hanging up? Minus 107 for the Nationals. God fucking damn. I mean, this is easy. Fade this fucking guy. Though I will not trust Alek Manoah in the slightest here. Now, the real question is, I've been trying to keep my volume down a little bit, but I'm already we're 3 games in, and I've got 5 bets in 2 games, and I'm gonna have 2 more in this one because I don't trust this fucking guy, and I'm gonna fade him. Here. Now, I don't feel as good about this one as I did with my friend Jack Leiter, who allegedly might be coming back up, which would be very fun for me. But I'm going to bet him against him here. First 5 full game. He's on my fade list. I don't believe he's ready. Like they said they had to rebuild the fucking guy. You did it in 5 starts. No shot. 78% of the bets, 82% of the money on the over in this game. And this line has, it's not moved up like a half run, but the juice has moved in that direction. Minus 116 opener, now minus 118 at Bovada, or sorry, excuse me, at Bet Online. So that worries me a little bit to think that he might have a good start. I was hoping it'd at least go up a half run. But yeah, I'm going to take both in coin. Yeah, that's what I'm getting as well. First five, minus 130, which again, I don't love laying the juice, but that is what it is. So minus 130 for first five here, and a full game money line minus 107 for me. Washington Nationals there. Oh God, this is gonna be a sweaty morning of baseball here. So it's gonna be very fun. I also am doing a live show at another bar today as well for another show that I produce, and I am not going to be locked into these games. Actually, well, these games start at 12:30, so I should be actually good. But starts are like 1, and I'm going to be fucking stressed about that. So I can't wait. It's going to be a stressful day for the kid. All right, let's go next game. Appreciate everyone in here as always watching. Again, if you have thoughts, comments, bets, drop them in the chat here. I want to see what you guys have to say. Gerald Jones takes small plays on Washington's first 3 in full game there. And yeah, the I kept those 2 unders really annoyed the shit out of me in this series. So Troy Torrance saying Nationals money line top play for him. That's great. Tori joining the show. Nice to see you, Tori. I did win a steak off Tori, so I can't wait to meet up with him and get that steak. Palooza, hopefully. Maybe again I'll be in Miami, Tori. So then the Marlins did you dirty there. It was ugly. It was ugly stuff. But what I'm on so far, Rockies full game money line, the under in that game, 7.5. I'm on the first 5 and full game unders in the Yankees Tigers game. I'm on Tigers first 5 money line, and I'm on Washington first 5 full game money lines there. Washington Nationals. So that is what I'm on thus far. And yes, that makes me feel good that my guy Troy saying that's his top play as well. So yeah, you're right. You're right, Barry. You're right. You're right. I hate the Sundays. Ugh, God, I hate it. And you know me, Richie Rich, Barry Richie Rich. 4 here. We've got hitting 4th, I should say. We've got Angels Guardians here. Not a game I was interested in to start, but let's talk about it. Maybe we'll find something. Canning versus Carrasco here. Shout out to Jimmy who believes in Griffin Canning. I am not one of those people that does believe in Griffin Canning, unfortunately for him. We've got last time out for him, 5 1/3, 3 hits, 4 earned runs. Not great, not good. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs against Baltimore. We all remember that. This is Jimmy's day that he declared that Griffin Canning was good, and he pitched well that day. Against Carlos Carrasco, coming off of 8 earned runs against the Astros. Now, it's obviously an easier lineup here for Carrasco, but do I want to trust him here? That's the question. Let's check out the markets first. I don't think we'll spend too much time on this game. This is fucking crazy. 83% of the bets and 72% of the money on the Guardians. I don't think this line has moved very much. Yeah, this opened up at minus 132. It's now minus 134. Bovada has it at minus 140, but actually it's up almost at 150 now for Carrasco. I'm going to refresh my odds sheet here. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's almost minus 150 at Bovada, interestingly enough. Yeah, no, I don't want to back Carrasco. He's not a guy that I've trusted kind of all year, and it's been a little interesting to see his success in spots. 77% of the bets and 64% of the money on the over. And oh boy. And this has moved down a half run. Now, again, as I frequently say, you could tell me that an 8.5 juiced is a 9. because that's what this opened at. This is an 8.5 minus 127. And then quickly, I wouldn't say that quickly, took about 4 hours for it to get to a 9. And then after it got to a 9, it started to go back down. It went down to 8.5 again, and now down to 8. With all that money on the over, well, guys, you guys know how this operates. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the under in this game here as well, which is not my favorite fucking favorite thing at all. So I'm gonna take the under in this game and keep rolling. Yes, Nick Martin, solo show for me here today. I kind of like doing solo shows every once in a while to kind of come back to center. It's nice to cap the card by yourself with the chat and figure this shit out by yourself sometimes. But yeah, I'm going to be on the under in this game. I mean, again, I don't like having all this action so far, but 77% of the money of the bets, 64% of the money on the over, and we're going down that much. I mean, that's been the whole series. That's been the successful thing we've been doing all year. I'm getting an 8.5. I'm getting minus 120 on that 8.5. So that's nice, actually. So under 8.5 here, minus 120 for me. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's see. Anyone else on it? Nick Martin saying Cubs in the under 6. We haven't gotten there, but I'm very interested in those totals that are under related there. Coochie Destroyer is fading me on the Rockies. He's taking Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Good luck, Coochie. Again, big Nikita Kucherov fan. So shout out to you. It's very funny. Mets Rays here. How are they disrespecting my guy like this? How are they disrespecting my guy, Luis Severino, and making him a dog here? Everyone knows my affinity with Luis Severino this year. He's kind of like the leader in my staff that I've said that was going to have a successful year. He's coming off of 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run performance against the Chicago Cubs. They are spitting in the face of my guy here. 24% of the bets and 56% of the money on the Mets here. Big bets on the Mets here. Sharp action on the Mets, it seems. 76% of the bets, 44% of the money on the Rays. So that's very interesting. This line opened up at minus 127, and it is dropped very much to the New York Metropolitans. So perhaps I should have moved on this earlier, but I'm going to move on the Mets here. What was the first 5? Let's look at the first 5 movement here as well. Pepio's good, as we all know. Jimmy's talked about Pepio quite a lot. First 5 has not moved at all, which is very interesting. So yeah, definitely a full game Mets look for me for sure, not first 5. Total here, 66% of the bets, 60% of the money on the over. And this has dropped, but it was a juiced under to 7.5, and now it's a 7 juiced to the over. So really not much movement there. But New York Mets on my card. I mean, the market keeps speaking to me today. And at this pace, we're gonna have a fucking bet on every game. But I just like what the market's saying here today. I really do. Minus 103 full game for me. All right, we will keep the pace up because I did see someone complain. And if you continue to complain, I will tell you to suck my balls, but I will take your thoughts into consideration and move a little quicker. New York Mets, thank you for me. Let's go to the next game. Boston Red Sox, Minnesota Twins. I have seen Joe Ryan cut up the Red Sox once a year for the last, I think, 2 years now, maybe even 3. But this might be his 3rd year. I don't want to fade him here. I'll tell you that. I would rather the Twins win here today. And I haven't looked and see if they play tomorrow or if they go out of town tomorrow or what it is. But I would like for them to be changing cities so we can fade them. So we'll see. But Cooper Criswell has just been phenomenal this year. It's been a very nice, pleasant surprise for me. I've enjoyed it very much. 5 innings, 2 hits shut against the Giants. 5 innings, 3 hits shut against Cleveland. He's been great. And Joe Ryan has kind of been rocky this year. He's had back-to-back 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs against the White Sox. That's the White Sox. So normally I'd think the Red Sox would be live in this case, but I've just seen Joe Ryan just beat their ass from year and year and year. And it's been very interesting to see because I really like Joe Ryan. I think he's a great pitcher. And that might be why. 89% of the bets, 78% of the money on the Minnesota Twins here. And this has just climbed up. Opened up at minus 165, now minus 175, minus 188 at Bovada. They will not give you favorites at good prices there at Bovada. Yeah, so no action on the money line here. Total, I'd lean under because, the Red Sox have not been able to hit, obviously. 71% of the bets, 65% of the money on the over in this game, and hasn't moved much. 7.5, open at minus 115 to the over, still there now. So no action here for me. I'll be watching, obviously, but I expect the Twins to win this game. So nothing here for me. And thank you, Rocco. This is a good lineup alert. Lineup came out. No Tyler O'Neill. He hits lefties especially well, so I don't mind that he's out in this lineup because I'm sure they just threw another lefty in there against the righty. But yeah, he's like the leader in home runs still, so need that guy. I would agree with you there. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, Rocco is saying the price for Red Sox first 5 is crazy. This could be a really low scoring games, and I think the Sox get to Ryan. I mean, I understand that. I understand that. Let's check. And by the way, I'm sure a lot of people watch. If you watch this program, you watch it frequently, so you've heard me say this before. And it might be a little repetitive, but I'll give you guys updated first 5 run line standings. And the Red Sox continue to be, an excellent bet first 5. They're not the leaders anymore, actually enough, which is very interesting. They're 22-12 now, up 9 units on first 5. But the 2 teams that are in first place, first 5 run line now, Philadelphia Phillies, 24-10, up 12.45 units. Then the Cleveland Guardians, 22-10, up 10 units there. 28 and 27% ROIs there as well. Team totals wise, since we always talk about this, I'll mention team totals wise, the best team total over team right now is the Boston Red Sox at 21-13 to the over. But if we're using units, it is the Guardians at 21-12, and then the Phillies at 21-13 there. 7.4 units and 6.4 units for the Guardians and then the Phillies there. All right, let's keep it rolling here. I kind of hope the Twins win today. I don't know again if the Twins change city, but I would like for their win streak to continue, and then hopefully they change cities, and then we can fade them, and we'll see what happens. Next, I'm a little annoyed I didn't bet the Seattle Mariners yesterday. I probably should have. I think still that this is a series that's going to indicate or be the kind of like a preview of what's to come because the Mariners are in first place and the Astros obviously dogs or big dogs, I guess. I don't know what to say, not underdogs, but they're the guard dog of this division and they have to go through this team to win it. But they've been shit this year, and you guys have heard me say again at several times this year that I don't think this Astros team is the same as it has been. And the guys that are making the decisions are not the same guys. And I don't trust this team anymore. I don't think they're going to be good. That being said, here we have Hunter Brown, who is supposed to be Justin Verlander 2.0, and he has just been straight shit this year. Just really bad. His last start, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs against Cleveland in a 10-9 victory. So shout out to him. He pitched okay against the Nationals, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. But there's just no shot I'm trusting him here. And I was really surprised to see him being the favorite. I was really surprised here, honestly. Against Bryce Miller, who is electric. He throws fastballs quite a lot, which is, kind of a concern if he's facing a good fastball hitting team like I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that the Houston Astros can hit a fastballs, especially at high velocities. Versus the Braves last time out, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and a 2-1 victory. And that's a very good offense, as we all know. Texas, he went 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs there. Interesting. Again, I haven't made a move on this game. I wanted to talk this out with all you guys in the chat and myself, I guess. Market in this game, sharp money on the Mariners here, 25% of the bets, but 74% of the money. Big bet or bets on the Mariners here. Opened up at minus 120. Wow. And it is now minus 133 to the Houston Astros, minus 141 at Bovada to the Houston Astros. Very interesting. I guess that's going to keep me off Seattle here. Totals wise, 67% of the bets and only 51% of the money on the over in this game. This seems like a game where Hunter Brown is going to bounce back against a shit Seattle offense, as we all know. And I wish it was better. I really do. Opened up at 8.5. We're seeing 8. And we're actually seeing Bovada has already hung a 7.5 at this game. So, you guys know me again. I'll be on the under. And again, I bet all of these unders, and I'm just sitting here thinking, God damn, where's Noli here when I'm betting all these unders? He'd be so proud of this unders work that we've done this year. I recently looked up and to see how many overs I bet this year, and it was like 4. It was literally like 4, and I was like, that's crazy. All right, Seattle, Houston, under in the game, full game under 8, minus 120 for me there. All right, locked in, ready to go. All right. And the other part about doing a show solo is that it can be good and bad for this case. I have no one to talk me into or out of bets. So I'm just, anything I like, I'm betting here today. It seems, and that it is leading to quite a big card, but might lead us to glory since we've been having such a good day. I'm going to trust the market here. So let's run. Coin in with me. Tori's in here with me. Marcus is in here with me. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those cases I think we have to bet the under. It's one of those cases we have to bet the under. And yeah, and I said this because Troy's saying this now, and I like this statement. We can look at the X's and O's, but if the market's like screaming at us that like Hunter Brown's going to pitch well today, at some point we just kind of have to listen to the market because the market, it knows more than us. So trust the market, I think, is the value of all of this. So, all right, let's go. And yes, Justin, I do have the chat to talk me into out of bets here as well. I'm not throwing you under the bus, but I did add Tigers first 5 money line. Was it Tigers? I don't know. The team against the Cardinals. I've already forgotten. It was White Sox. There we go. White Sox first 5 money line because you added it in there, Justin, and it was extremely heartbreaking. And all I could think about was your comment and me adding it. And I was like, God damn, I could have avoided this fucking heartbreak. But we should have won that. It was fucking ridiculous. We were up 4-0 the whole time, and then 5 runs in the 5th inning was just disgusting. But it was very funny. All right, let's keep it moving here. Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royals, and we have the return of Daniel Lynch. Now, again, I've got really no interest betting returns or debuts. If I am, I'm probably fading them. It has to be an exceedingly special prospect for me to back them typically. Daniel Lynch is not it. He's had 6 starts in the minors this year. His last one, pretty good. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run on a home run, 3 Ks, no walks. Before that, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks, 3 walks. And before that, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 Ks, 2 walks. He's just been crushed. He's had of his 6 starts, 4 of them he gave up at least 4 runs. So that does not inspire confidence, especially going up against the Rangers lineup here. John Gray coming off of a pretty good start in his own right. Pretty good, I should say, really good for his rights. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the Washington Nationals there, 7-1 victory. I mean, I understand why the Rangers are favorites here, but the real question is why aren't they bigger favorites? I don't want to back them. I'll admit it. I don't like backing the Rangers here. I don't trust them. But let's talk about it. Wow. 70% of the bets on the Rangers, but only 38% of the money on the Rangers. So sharp action on the Royals there. 30% of the bets, 62% of the money. That's nutty. That's pretty nuts there. Money line market wise here. Let's see if it's moved. It opened up at minus 125. At Bet Online, it's now minus 127. So not much there. Bovada, of course, has it at minus 132, now minus 134. Yeah. Nothing here for me market wise in the money line to make me want to bet it. 67% of the bets and 68% of the money on the over in this game. And it's ticked down 5 cents to the under. Opened up at minus 115 to the over. But again, nothing here for me to grasp on and bet. So we will keep it moving here. I lean Rangers, but again, not enough to back it here. Not enough to back it here. And yeah, Justin, it was disgusting. It was disgusting what these White Sox did to us last night. But again, I was on the money line full game, which was hilarious because I don't know. I'm sure you guys saw this. They delayed the game, bottom of the 10th, bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's like delay. They delayed the game and they delayed it for 3 hours. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, I better get my fucking bets in. Like, is this going to cash or not? And then I had it up on MLB TV and they were just like event and delay. And then suddenly I refreshed my feed one time and it was just, they were just going. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And then the umpire, it was so predictable, so fucking predictable. The umpire, CB Buckner, who is bad already, just immediately calls strike 3 on like the second pitch on an super outside pitch. Cause I'm sure he was like, we shouldn't have delayed this pitch for 3 hours. I've been sitting here, let's get the fuck out of here. And so he just rum up. White Sox win. It was hilarious to see. Now, we'll talk about today because I'm sure none of you really care. It was supposed to be Kyle Gibson. And then today, when I look, it's now fucking Matthew Liberatore on the bump here. Chat, let me know if you guys know why Kyle Gibson was scratched here. By the way, and I hadn't checked the RoWire weather. And again, I don't trust Swish Analytics precipitation. The wind is great. Precipitation they could use some work on. Tigers Yankees is in red because they don't think it's going to go. Nationals Toronto is in red. They don't think it's going to go. And I obviously have a shitload of bets in there. Angels Guardians is in red. They don't think it's going to go. And I obviously have another bet in there as well. So just make those notes here as well. So I wanted to see if the Cardinals have listed a primary. No, they're just going with Matthew Liberatore. And we watched him pitch in the last few years. And when he's a starter, it's not really all that great. But his relief appearances have been pretty solid this year. I was impressed at how well he's doing. 1 inning shutouts against Detroit. He's pitched well against Milwaukee. But in the times they try to stretch him, he gets touched up. Example, on the 28th, he went 3 innings against the Mets and gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. His second appearance against the Dodgers, of course, it's the Dodgers, but 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. So I don't love the idea of him being a starter, honestly, but we'll see how long he goes. I guess it's going to be a traditional bullpen day for the Cardinals here. So I'll let you guys know right now, bullpen usage. So yesterday, they actually used kind of a lot of guys. Andrew Kitchers threw a lot yesterday, so I don't expect him to go. Helsley threw yesterday and the day before. I don't expect him to go. I think it's, it's only 19 pitches, so he should go personally, but for whatever reasons, they don't use bullpen arms 3 days in a row. So whatever, health. Ryan Fernandez threw 19 yesterday, but I expect him to go. And Jojo Romero, I expect to be out. So that leaves Giovanni Gallegos, has not thrown since Tuesday. Kyle Leahy and Nick Robinson will all be going today. And they all throw like 30, 40, or should I say Robinson threw about 40. Leahy and Gallegos throw about 25 there. So this is probably just straight bullpen day. I don't want to trust the Cardinals, though, on a day like today. There's no shot. And on the other side, Crochet, again, we've watched how his season has gone. The first part of the season when he was, opening day starter, first few starts where they didn't have much film on him, he was dominant. And he's got 3 pitches. And I think at some point when the film gets out, he starts getting touched up. And if you lose, the sharpness on one of your pitches, when you only have 3 as a starter, you're kind of fucked. Because then you're down to 2 pitches, and that's just too easy to guess for these MLB hitters. His last few starts, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs against Minnesota, off a back-to-back against them as well. His first start against them, 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs there. You guys know, again, how I feel about back-to-backs. I expect him to zigzag, so kind of not surprising there against Matthew Liberatore. Let's check out the market in this game. Jesus fucking Christ. Again, this is a pitching change, so markets might be a little screwy, but 89% of the bets and 97% of the money on the St. Louis Cardinals here. This line opened up at minus 150. It has climbed up to the Cardinals, minus 157 now. And totals wise here, 76% of the bets and 79% of the money on the over in this game. This total opened up at 7.5 and is still there. Not much movement. So I'm staying off. No action here for me. Maybe a long-winded breakdown to say I'm not doing anything, but no action here for me. Anonymous, just remind me at the end of the program, or someone remind me at the end of the program, and I can give the NBA cash splits as well. No problem there. Just remind me, because I'm not going to remember on my own, I'll be honest. But definitely just remind me. All right. Let's keep it pushing here. I want to scroll around and see if anyone has any thoughts on this game. Perky, being a madman in the chat. Shout out to you, Perky. It's nice to see you. Maybe tone it down, but I love you, Perky. I love you still. Do your thing. All right, let's go to the 10th game on our board here. Chicago Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers. Freddie Peralta, who is still undefeated, by the way, has every game he has pitched, the Brewers have won. So again, take that with what you will. Against Javier Assad, who is a good pitcher in his own right. Back-to-back, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run performances. Freddie Peralta is pitching maybe the best he's pitched all year, and not all year, I should say, all his career. 3-0 this year. He's coming off of 5 1/3, 1 hit performance, 2 earned runs at Tampa Bay. Kind of unlucky that his 1 hit's a home run and it drives them 2. And then his last start before that, he sucked. 4 2/3, 5 earned runs against Pittsburgh. A good bounce back against the Tampa Bay Rays there. So obviously, I want to look up. The first thing I'm interested in here is Freddie Peralta's numbers against the Cubs. Excuse me, I got a burp in my chest that just wants to come out, but I'm not letting it, apparently. All right, so Freddie Peralta against the Cubs. This is what we do on the fly, guys. We'll do this all together. And we have to wet the whistle a little bit. All right. Freddie Peralta last year, only once. Interesting. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs on a home run, 10 Ks, 3 walks. Year previous, 6 no-hit innings and 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. It's kind of he's not given up more than 3 earned runs in a start against the Cubs since 2020. So he's got a pretty consistent 5, 6, 2 earned runs, 3 earned runs in him as well against Assad, who I'll look up his numbers historically against the Brewers, but I don't think he will have enough of a sample size for us. But we'll see here. Only 2 starts, or not even starts. There are 2 relief appearances, so nothing we can really go off of there. Let's talk about the markets. 76% of the bets and 90% of the money on the Milwaukee Brewers. Good God. Minus 120 opener, now minus 135 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Makes sense. Now minus 143 at Bovada from minus 128. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Brewers probably win here. I don't want to back it because of the juice. I don't want to take the run lines. I think this is probably a lower scoring game. So let's check out the total. 70% of the bets and 70% of the money on the over. What? We're seeing 6.5. No fucking wonder. This was the 6.5 that the other 6.5 that I saw here as well. So it's fun that we've been capping baseball for so long that we know if there's a 6.5 total in Chicago, this win must be howling in. So we scroll. 11.8 mile an hour winds blowing straight in, dying down to 10, blowing straight in. And we also have Troy Torrance, who could step right outside and let us know about the weather there in Chicago. So it's nice to see Troy in the chat as always. Good database, man. I mean, I think this is an under too, if I'm going to be honest. I would play primetime. I like that no home run look in this game. No home run. I don't have those bets again, like we just kind of discussed earlier. But no home run in this game is very interesting. I want to check the line movements for this because the total we talked about, all that money on the over, minus 120 opener to the 6.5. It got up to minus 110, back to minus 112, minus 110, and now minus 115 to the under. So I think this one I will probably stay off because, again, you guys know how I like taking these unders at this point. If this was a 7 and it opened up, or if it opened up at a 7 and then dropped to a 6.5, I'd be much more inclined to take this one. The juice moving towards the over is a little scary, but if I had to play this game, it's 100% the under. 100% the under. So, all right. Let's keep rolling here, and I'll be interested to see how this goes. An MLB spreadsheet play of the day on the Milwaukee Brewers. Shots Ron Crawford. Shout out to you, Ron. MLB spreadsheet. And that's full game, obviously, as well. Prime time going first 5 full game under, as well as no home runs. And a lot of fucking NBA talk in the chat right now. I don't mind it, but I do hate betting on the NBA, I will admit. Hate it. Miami Marlins, Oakland A's here. Now, again, the obvious question here is, do we go back to the well and do we bet the A's again? I think it's a little too obvious. And it, with like 6 toes on the bump, especially because he's not been good. He got crushed against the Rockies. 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. I think those 5 earned runs happened all in 1 inning as well. So he kind of locked down for the next 3, but 5 earned runs, not good. Do I want to back him? No, not really. But I'll tell you, I think this might be a trap. I will admit that. After that 20-run performance, I think everyone is going to be so inclined to bet the A's here, and they've made it juicy, yeah, but still bettable. We'll talk about the markets here. I'll be more interested to see when I look at the markets, but I'm going to go ahead and predict that this might be a trap. Joe Boyle, back-to-back good starts, and a guy that I've liked backing here. 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run against Pittsburgh. Solid, really good there. Against New York, he only went 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 7-3 loss. But I think Boyle is pretty serviceable and can be a decent pitcher for us to back here. Okay, let's go to the markets. Let's go to markets because I'm going to be interested to see what the markets have to say. Minus okay. If actions network, if actions openers are to be trusted, then opening this at minus 116 is fucking ridiculous. But 87% of the bets and 92% of the money on the Oakland A's. Kind of not surprising again to me after watching them shit kick the Marlins yesterday. This opened up at minus 122, now at a minus 133, minus 136. It's in the minus 140 now, but I'm going to tell everyone to take caution here. Just take caution because it seems really easy to bet a team again after them scoring 20 runs. Do I trust Sixto Sanchez? No, I think he's not good. And I think okay. I think he needs to pitch a lot to get back to where he used to be. If I had to bet this game, I guess it's A's. But everyone just be careful. Be careful. Totals wise here, 83% of the bets and 81% of the money on the over. And this opened up at an 8, juice to the under, minus 120. And we're seeing 7.5s now. Yeah, that's interesting. And I heard some talk about the wind blowing out, 9-mile-an-hour winds going up to 10 and 11, going out to right field. That's interesting. I'd probably lean under in this game, and I lean A's, but I'm not going to move on this one. Not enough action to get me there. I just talked about how I want that total to drop down a half run at least, but it was juiced to the under already, so that's what makes it a little different there. It's not much of a movement. So no action for me in Marlins A's here. And Tori Coker saying Oakland minus 2.5 is his best bet. Fuck the Marlins. It's very funny. It's very funny, Tori. Yeah, they put shame to the city now. They're shaming the city of Miami at this point. All right. Next. Good game here. Good game. Atlanta Braves versus our friends, the Los Angeles Dodgers here. Now, unfortunately, the Dodgers won the series. I think it's only 3. And I wanted to bet the Braves. I thought the Braves were a better team. I still think the Braves are a better team. I think this line is very interesting. I didn't think that they would have the balls to make Max Fried almost a minus 140 favorite in Chavez Ravine against James Paxton, who's not bad. He's not been bad this year, but it's not very inspiring. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs against Arizona last time out. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run against the Nationals the time before that. So that's okay. Nothing too special. Let's check out the market here first. Oh, and by the way, Max Fried's coming off of 6 no-hit innings against the Seattle Mariners, and he ended up losing that game 2-1. Which is very funny. And he also, before that, 9 3 hits, no earned run against the Marlins, who don't hit lefties, but coming off of where he was like 1 inning of work, that's it. Pretty impressive. But market in this game, as I have a sneaky Helga walking around now, just though like her eyes are closed, she's hung over. It's quite funny. But market in this game, 59% of the bets and 59% of the money on the Atlanta Braves here, and this line has moved in their direction. Jesus. My site is saying Bet Online opened this up at minus 114, minus 115 to the Braves. That's crazy. Oh, man, I wish I would have seen that line earlier. I would have smashed the Braves. They've just climbed all the way up to minus 145. There. That is nuts. Minus 139 minus 138 at Bovada. It opened up there and it's now minus 147 there. So no action here for me. Helga, go ahead and open that. Yeah, you can open the cereal. Go ahead. Just rip it up. Okay, we're good. All right, let's go to our next game and let's look at the chat here. Justin, it's nice to see you. Thanks for sticking around as long as you could, my man. As always, you're a valued member in the chat. Thank you, my guy, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Baltimore, Cincinnati, next on our card. I have lost 2 straight bets on Reds money line here when the market's telling me to bet them. And it's very frustrating, admittedly, very frustrating. So I did not want to back this team. But again, seeing them as a favorite against the Orioles was shocking. And I have to presume the market's moved in their direction. So let's talk about it. Lodolo versus Dean Kramer, two pitchers that I actually trust. 54% of the bets and 73% of the money on the Orioles here. And guess what? It's done nothing but move towards the Reds. Plus 104 opener for Baltimore, now at plus 121. Now minus 132 for Cincinnati. Oh my gosh. It's so annoying. Like when you bet something twice and you lose on it, I don't ever go to the third time here, but it's so frustrating seeing that. Now minus 140 almost at Bovada with, again, I'll say it again, 54% of the bets and 73% of the money on the Orioles. I think they're live here again, the Reds. But I don't want to back the Reds and just watch them get swept. 59% of the bets, 66% of the money on the over in this game. And this opened up at 8.5 and is now 9. So it has moved in that direction. The real question is, do I back the Reds? Chat, let me know what you guys are on as always. I want to see what you guys have to say about this game. Sorry, I feel like Ella just walked up on me, but instead it's just Alexis. So Ella's Jimmy's daughter. Yeah, so it's very funny. All right, no action here for me though. I like the Reds, but I don't want to lose a third straight bet on the Reds against the Orioles. Truthfully, so let's move on to Padres, Arizona Diamondbacks. We talked about Ryan Nelson returning. He's not really pitching for the starting rotation spot because everyone's hurt. But yeah, he is kind of pitching for his job because he's the last guy in this rotation against Waldron, who obviously we've talked several times about how I don't trust knuckleballers unless your name is Tim Wakefield or R.A. Dickey or someone like that. Matt Waldron not on that level yet, unfortunately. He did shove it up our ass once against the Rockies in Colorado, but the next time he's in Colorado, I will be fading him again. I would like to see that happen. Ryan Nelson returning. Let's check out the market in this game as we have two more games left, and we appreciate everyone that's sticking around here. 59% of the bets, 45% of the money on the Diamondbacks, so slightly bigger bets on the Padres. Not much is interesting me, though. This opened up at minus 120 Arizona, and it is just shot all the way back to San Diego. We're almost seeing the Padres now be favored. It's minus 106, minus 104. Let's talk about the total here first before I move on anything. Total here, 51% of the bets and 46% of the money on the over. So pretty split on the total here. Opening up at 9.5, juice to the under, still 9.5. Bovada showing a juice 9.5. A juice 9 to the under. So very interesting there indeed. So it's maybe an under game, but man, the Padres seem live. Padres seem live here, and I could kind of see the Padres going on a little run here. Admittedly, I think Luis Ariz was a great addition for them. They cost them basically nothing, and I think that's just going to boost your locker room. It's going to make them feel better about themselves. The GM believes in us, is giving us more help at the bat. Like just gets on base. I think his kind of playing is kind of a little infectious. So yeah, I'm going to be on the San Diego Padres here, full game money line. Here for me, first time this year. I think I'll be backing Matt Waldron, and I don't like backing knuckleballers typically. So, All right, let's see. Let me check and see what odds I'm getting on them real quick. That's crazy though. Minus 129 for the Reds now. Minus 105 for me. San Diego Padres money line. I mean, God, the Orioles. How are they such big dogs there? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. Last game on our program here, Sunday Night Baseball. By the way, shout out to Jay Peasy, who alerted me that this year so far, the teams that play on Sunday night and then have to play on Monday the next day, undefeated this year. So make that note when talking about the Giants and Phillies on Monday. But we've got Taijuan Walker versus Logan Webb here. Now, Logan Webb had a kind of a rough outing last time out against my Red Sox. They just kept smacking balls in play. It was quite impressive. They just kept finding holes. And, yeah, it was a shocking turn of events for us here, and we won. Versus Taijuan Walker, who, as you can tell by his 1-0 record, has not pitched much this year. Only one start. And he was not good. 6 1/3, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs allowed against the San Diego Padres at the Padres here. Now, he's obviously coming back home. Giants aren't the most offensive team in the world, so you can definitely tell me this is a much softer landing spot for him. Let's check out how these teams are hitting against righties real quick because I'm semi-interested in that. Last 2 weeks, the Phillies are the third best team against righties, 141 weighted runs created plus. The Giants are 21st. They're 82. Watch out, Logan Webb. Full season, Phillies are 6th at 110. That is tied with the Texas Rangers and Atlanta Braves. It's good company to have there. And full season for the Giants, they are 15th, almost average at 98 weighted runs created plus there. I mean, so far, all the numbers are pointing Phillies, but let's check out the market first. Oh my God. Insanity. 56% of the bets and 96% of the money on the Philadelphia Phillies here. Big bets on the Phillies here in the bank. This line opened up at minus 109 to the Phillies, and we are now seeing a minus 108 for the New York Giants. It's New York Giants. San Francisco Giants? I guess I've got Daniel Jones on the mind. That is nuts here. I mean, let me see this. I need to do some research real quick. You guys are seeing the live capping here. On Bovada, they opened this up at minus 122 San Francisco. Okay, I need to look at that again. Let me give you a refresh here real quick because I think that might just be fucked up there by Bet Online. Yeah, okay. No, actually, so yeah, that was semi-incorrect here because allegedly they opened this up at minus 109. Philadelphia, but that lasted 10 minutes and it immediately went to minus 111 Giants. So I'm going to say that's fucked up. So sorry about that. Minus 111 there, and it kind of just dropped down. It went up to minus 115 at one point. So I'm not going to trust Bet Online's movement here. I'll look at Bovada opening this up at a minus 122, and it is now minus 107 San Francisco. And for one more book's sake, open up at minus 105 for San Francisco at Bookmaker, 115 to the Phillies. Now minus 111 to San Francisco. I think the line movement is all over the place in this game, money line wise. That's interesting. 79% of the bets, 74% of the money on the over in this game. This line opened up at 7.5, juice to the under. We see an 8 from Bovada, 7.5, minus 112 on Bet Online here. So it's starting to go to the over. I think this is a Phillies lean here for me, but I don't think I'm going to end up pulling the trigger on this game. I'll be interested to see how these teams do tomorrow. if they play tomorrow. I haven't looked at the schedule, but I just don't think so. I don't think so, and we'll see. And yeah, I think Coin. You're right. You're right. Webb at home is much better than Webb on the road, so I'd probably stick with that as well. I lean. Phillies would be my play, but nothing here for me. All right, ladies and gents, 15-game card, hour and 10 minutes. Nice breakdown there. Again, it's nice to do these solo Sunday shows every once in a while, just to get our heads straight. And hopefully we have a nice day here, and maybe we can make solo Sundays a more consistent thing. Because again, I like talking to you guys in the chat here. It feels like we're all together here trying to break these games down, beat the books. It's going to be fun to see how all this shakes out here today. So let's go over it here. I wrote all my bets down, but I don't know why. I should just read them off my fucking pending bets thing like I typically do. So I'm just going to close my notebook and now make the note that I don't have to write down my bets. I'm just going to bet them right then and there. So, all right, my bets, my action here today, kind of a thick card. So Rockies full game money line and the under 7.5 minus 115 there. Also, if anyone hears a line and sees it dramatically different from the lines available now, let me know, because I would love to hear these lines move in my direction after I bet them. So that'd be great. But Rockies full game plus 135 and the under 7.5 there, minus 115. I took the first 5 and full game unders in New York. First 5 under 3.5 minus 125. Full game under 6.5 minus 105. RotoWire says those games are in danger for rain, so keep that in mind as well. I also took Tigers first 5 money line at minus 105 there. Washington Nationals full game money line minus 107 and first 5 money line minus 130 there. The under in the Cleveland Guardians game, under 8.5 minus 120. Again, that's another game that RotoWire hasn't read, so be aware of that. The New York Mets full game money line minus 103, disrespecting my boy Luis Severino. I also took the under in the Seattle Mariners Houston Astros game, under 8 minus 120. And to round out my card, I took the San Diego Padres full game money line there, minus 105. So 11 plays for me on this lovely Sunday card. Now, of course, this is going to be a interesting day to say the least. And as always, I want to see what you guys have to say in the chat. So drop your bets in here as we wrap up the show. But again, we appreciate you guys all in here in the chat. You guys make this show worth doing, especially being able to do it by myself here as well. I can easily do these shows by myself because I can obviously talk to you guys in the chat, and it makes it a lot easier. Thank you, Kelly, Oldie, Joey. Yeah, again, I say that it's in red, but who the fuck knows these games going? I bet them like they're still going. Is what I'm excited about. So Kelly, Coin, Steve G, and yeah, that's what I like here, Steve. It's, sometimes the solo shows, no bullshit. We just cut through and go straight to the capping. It's nice sometimes. Rocco, Markel, George Wood on the Padres here as well. It's very nice. And Rocco saying they play again tomorrow, so good. Great. I'll be on the Padres, the Giants tomorrow as well. Prime time. I agree with the Arise thoughts. Kelly, Bloodman, Mark's review. Yeah, Mark's. I'm staying off. Thank God. Staying off. Okay. Good reminder. Good reminder, King Al. Thank you. The NBA numbers for reminding me there. I'll give you guys that right now. Let me go to Action Network, NBA. I don't know who's playing today. The Magic and the Cavs. I guess this is their game 7. I'll give you spread, money line, and total here for all you guys watching. So for the money line, for the spread, I'll start there because that's the one probably people care about more. Spread 57% of the bets and 57% of the money on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I will also check and see where this line opened up at as well. We can do a little mini breakdown here of the NBA. I'm obviously not going to bet this game because I fucking hate betting the NBA because it all comes down to the last 2 minutes no matter what. You can have a 20-point lead and it doesn't matter. I hate that shit. This line opened up at 3.5 minus 110 and is now 3.5 minus 115 to the Cavaliers. It got down to a 3 at one point. So that's very interesting. But like I said, 57% of the bets and 57% of the money on Cleveland. Totals wise here, this is fucking crazy. 97% of the bets and 97% of the money on the over. That's nuts. Let's check out the total market here, because if it went to the under here, I guess I will bet the under if it went under here. Good fucking God. This opened up at This opened up at 198. If 10 minutes later it goes down to 196, goes down to 195.5, 194.5. It gets back up to 195, goes down to 194, and it is now at 196 with all of that money on the over. That's crazy. Why are people betting a Game 7 over? That makes no sense to me. I get that it's 195, but if there's going to be a defensive game where these guys there's a shitload of players on these teams that aren't really scorers, if they're going to be squeezing the basketball a little tighter, it's obviously going to be in Game 7. So, you know what? Since we're breaking it down, I'll be an ass hat and I'll bet the under. I'll bet an NBA game I have no intention of watching as well, obviously. But I will bet the under. Full game under 196. I just bet that. That's crazy numbers. They're just crazy numbers. And if you care about the money line numbers, it's obviously tough to bet a money line, but 86% of the bets, but only 46% of the money on Cleveland there. It's, juice favorites or whatever. 14% of the bets, 54% of the money on the Magic. Makes sense. If you're going to bet the Magic, you might as well bet them to win, I think. So under is what I ended up doing there. Under is what I'm doing there. So that's interesting. I guess I'm glad that we talked about these splits in NBA. So it's going to be very interesting. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have a loaded schedule here today of MLB games, NBA Game 7. I think we have hockey today. I have no idea. You guys know me. I only focus on the baseball. We have 15 games. I can't wait. Thank you guys all for watching. George, Doug, Oldie, Kelly, Joey, JP, Andrew, Abel, Phil, all you guys, King Al, Josh Lower, Carlos, Jay. Speaking of Carlos, my brother Carlos is coming into town soon. So that'll be fun. JP, Phil, Markel, Justin McKelvey was in here. Shout out to Troy, Mark's Review, Rob Free, Ron Crawford was in here as well. Shout out to all you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Tune in to our shows later today. Follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. You can see all my plays there. And I'll be back here again tomorrow. Say Hey Plays on the Sesh. And I am joining, of course, Mikey Money tomorrow on Last Call. So like I said, guys, we're doing every day on the MLB season. No breaks. We're here every single day breaking down the card. And God damn it, we're doing a fucking hell of a job right now doing it. I don't want to toot my own fucking horn too much, guys, but we're up 21 units on the season right now. We are dominating. So come on board with us. Ride the ride. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Say hey. See you on the sesh.